So now we have three midfielders to pick. So these are midfield options. We have Kevin De Bruyne, N'Golo Kante, Yaya Toure, David Silva, Nemanja Matic, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Cesc Fabregas, Juan Mata, Dele Alli, Fernandinho, Mesut Ozil, Luka Modric, and Christian Eriksen.
Alright, I'll start off with one midfielder who's, for me personally, he's been my favourite. That is David Silva, who I think should make it into that 11.
David Silva making this 11.
David Silva's not making this 11.
I'm telling you that right now.
I just don't know how you say that.
There's two players in here that to me
Yaya Toure
undoubtedly have to be in this
Yaya
midfield.
Toure.
And that's Kante and Toure. It's that third position that I need to choose.
I'm okay with Kante. I'm okay with Yaya Toure, but I think the third person is David Silva.
It's not David Silva.
But the longevity, you think about all the teams he's been part of, like all the winning sides, and like Man City teams have changed over the years, but the integral part has always been David Silva. He's always been a massive part of that team.
You've got to be missing somebody. Who else in midfield can you think of? Who else is there in the midfield? You don't think of?
Carrick.
Yeah, we can have Carrick. He's not making it.
Honorable mention.
I love how you pretended to write him down. You didn't even write him down. Carrick.
No, I'm going for Kante, Yaya Toure, and David Silva.
Steve, what are you going with?
I'm going with Yaya Toure because I feel like Yaya Toure just would eat any midfielder. He just eat, man.
He's an absolute beast.
His stamina, the legs. He could go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Like he was an incredible. He didn't have a weakness for me. He was just an all-round midfielder. So I'd put Yaya Toure in there. I get your argument about David Silva. I've always preferred De Bruyne. David Silva's achievements over the decade, because he was there right at the start of this City inception. His achievement, he's been through all the managers and seen what he's done.
He's never been at any point in them years City's best player.
No, it's De Bruyne at this right
moment. Yes, De Bruyne was their best player last season.
Yeah, De Bruyne
did he win like player of the season?
Yeah, he was their best. He came second in PFA voting after Salah. Like De Bruyne was their best player like a season ago. Like,
I see that argument, but I just feel like David Silva, like he's been so consistent, man. And like De Bruyne is injury prone as well. Like he gets injured and like
consistency merchant every year. Putting up numbers.
Now we're gonna put consistency merchant as well.
Has he had a bad season?
No, he's never had a bad. But like he's a quality player. Like it's really hard for a player of that quality in this kind of side the City have. It's really hard to have a bad season. Like it's damn impossible to have a bad season.
So what? It comes down to whether so is it David Silva or De Bruyne basically? So we're going for Yaya Toure and Kante. So
I'm not comfy saying De Bruyne has been the third.
Yes, exactly.
In the last 10 years.
No, not in the past 10 years. Kante for me again Kante's been brilliant.
For me, Yaya and Kante, I'm sold on them too. Like you're gonna have to come up with somebody else to take me off.
But then I'm looking at again, it's that whole pre-decade thing because you're looking at Gerrard and Lampard, and it's hard not to put them in when you see their names on any list. It's hard not to put them in a midfield. It's really, really hard, especially with those two. But then you're looking at their achievements prior.
I think David Silva.
I'm thinking we could change the formation just a little bit because it could give us flexibility to add.
Go 4-2-3-1.
No, 4-2-3-1, something along the line. Give us more like flexibility to add like more.
I just don't understand how you not. Okay, look, if I'm ruled out, then fair enough. But David Silva has been one of the most consistent. Won so much with City. Silver West, been there from the start.
But I just don't think.
And he will go down as one of the most best.
As if, I don't think he should be in this team. I don't.
He wouldn't be if it's not for the decade. But if we're talking about this decade.
He's
not his career. I don't think he's a better player than Stevie G. I don't think he was a better player.
I'm not even considering them.
And I don't think he's better than De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne has so much more, but you haven't seen that much yet. And he's been injured for so much as well. If David Silva's been there, man, every season, All those league runs, he's been there with the big moments.
Let's put David Silva on like hold for a minute, right? So if I list the rest of the attackers that we have, right, and we decide that David Silva doesn't beat 3 of them,
I would even.
Then we can bring David Silva into
what,
the team.
David Silva over Kante?
David Silva doesn't beat.
Huh?
David Silva over Kante, no?
No. Kante is a PFA winner. Integral to 2 Premier... Like, integral. Like, if they don't have this player, they're not winning that Premier League. He was integral to 2 Premier League winning teams. I wouldn't say David Silva was integral to, like, Manchester City.
Was it Morris that won Player of the Year, though?
Yeah, but, like, come on, man.
Wasn't it Morris?
He was, but he was still integral.
Like Kante,
I'd go Yaya, De Bruyne,
over Kante.
And Silva.
What are we doing? Are we not respecting Kante anymore? Is this what's happened to the streets?
Listen, I rate Kante.
The streets don't love Kante.
Let's not, obviously, let's not cloud our judgment because where they're playing Kante at the moment as a CM, and then for a season he played as a cam as well. So that's maybe clouding our judgment. Yeah, he was an integral part of those 2 league wins.
What season was that?
But you know what Chelsea like? He was playing so far off.
Listen, Kante though. The thing is,
so we're taking Kante.
It's so because Kante for 2 years when he won the league with Leicester, he had the most tackles in all of Europe across leagues. In the second season, he had most tackles across all Europe in all leagues. In the first season, he had the most interceptions than any other player in the Premier League. His statistics are ridiculous. He's the first player to ever win back-to-back Premier Leagues with 2 different teams.
Yeah, we know.
That's why he's so shocked.
Stamina, yeah. But it depends it depends if you're looking at it positionally, because then I'm substituting him for Yaya, and I can't do that.
But why are you substituting for Yaya?
Because I want De Bruyne and Silva playing in front of Yaya.
No. Yaya Kante.
Wait, so who's holding? Positionally, who's holding in that team?
Well, no one's really holding.
But when it came to front there, I want a ball play. Now it's like, just let the ball play.
Man.
Look, Yaya Toure is a given in that team. Like, I just
Alright, do you know what? Alright, Kante, Yaya.
And I'm going for David Silva for the time being, but if you want to put him on hold for the time
I want to put him on hold. Let's just see what the forwards are.
What are you saying? I'm not changing my mind on David Silva.
I don't think he's better than the forwards. That's why you're saying it. So that's why you're saying.
So if we keep him on hold.
If we keep the formation, yeah. If we change the formation, he's not getting in the team, man.
All right, as long as we're not putting any other midfielder over it for the time being, I'm okay.
So we got our wide players, our wide forwards.
So we're going for left.
Once again, both or 3. Up to you. Or we can play 3. It's up to you. Alright, so we've got Eden Hazard. Alright, so I'm going to give you some stats because it's the only time I had to do the stats.
Alright, so can we just confirm we're doing 4-2-3-1 now?
Yeah, currently as it
currently stands. We got to pick one striker, that's going to be a hot debate.
So doing 4-2-3-1 as it currently stands. Alright, so the wide players that we have are Eden Hazard, Sadio Mane, Raheem Sterling, Gareth Bale, Riyad Mahrez, Mohamed Salah, Philip Coutinho, and Alexis Sanchez. Alright. Pick your 5 players.
I think for me, Hazard is a given. I think Hazard is a given in that formation. In that we're playing.
That's my 10.
That's your number 10. Hazard is your number 10.
That's who takes over David Silva. It's Hazard. That's my 10.
I think whatever formation we play, like we have to accommodate Hazard into the team.
Yes,
like, I just think
we're all in agreement.
One of Chelsea's best players. He's been a pivotal figure for them in every trophy they won. Sometimes he's carried the whole team on his back. Like that's how much of a important he's been. That's how important he's been. So Eden Hazard for me is a given in whatever formation we play. So Eden Hazard for me is a given from the list of names that you've just given.
Yeah.
Anyone else stand out? That is just a given.
Yeah, man.
Go on then. I have a feeling Liverpool
say
players
say it. You know you want to say it. Go on. Just put it out there.
To me, I told you I'm gonna fight for people.
Alright, let's go.
Fine. So, for me, Mohamed Salah is in that team of the decade list. I'm sorry, but the numbers speak for themselves. Like 62 goals in 98 appearances. That's like 1 or 2 for a wide player. PFA Player of the Year. 2-time Golden Boot winner. Like that's just nuts to me. Like Mohamed Salah to me is in that team of the decade. Mane as well. but I'll find Mane.
Mane.
Team of the decade, Mane as well.
There's
If
no
I
way
were to do my-
there's no
if
way
this was my
Mane's
team,
making team of the decade.
It's Salah and Mane. They will be my Ryan Hazard.
Mane is not for me. That just doesn't sit well with me.
I think it's a toss up on the right between Salah and Bale. I think that one season Salah had was astronomical.
Same
Like,
for goals in the league.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Absolutely, but I'm remembering Bale when he used to play, and Bale was on another level, but he didn't. Just don't feel he was crazy good, but I don't think he hit them heights that Salah hit that season.
Even Sanchez, man. Sanchez, like with the numbers, and he was putting up the Arsenal team.
Arsenal team, he carried that Arsenal team. So, I'd give you Salah on the right. I think, I'd probably agree with that.
You know, I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards Hazard on the left, Salah on the right, and Sanchez as my number 10. That's what I'm more leaning towards, because I remember Sanchez, like the assists he was having, like let's not just get the goals, like the assists he was having, how much of a pivotal figure he was for that Arsenal side, and one player that just carried that team at times as well. Once just like Hazard, like I thought Sanchez was doing the same thing, on both both areas of the pitch, the work rate, and there's a reason why that transfer was made to United for that with the amount of money as it did, because of how sick he was at.
If Mane don't sit right with you, Sanchez don't sit right with you.
No, you know what? You're. I feel like you're right, and you're wrong at the same time. Because, for example, I'd put. As much as I don't like it, I would probably pick Mane over Sanchez. The reason why is because the same arguments you made for David Silva, which I agreed with, in regards to the consistency. Are we just ignoring Sanchez's performances for Man United? Does that not have an impact on him going into this team? Because if it was the Arsenal Sanchez, yes. But the Sanchez that has joined Man United has taken him out of that team for me. That's why I don't think he did. Because if we're looking at consistency, if we're going consistency, he doesn't deserve to be in there because his performances have taken
but
him
you
out.
look at that Liverpool side, right, and the amount of goals they score and everything. But you look at Sanchez and the team he played in, and the amount of goals he was scoring and the assists he was having, and how much of a pivotal figure. Like in Liverpool, you still got Salah, like he was the main guy. Like in Arsenal, Sanchez was the main guy.
You know what? You actually made Mane claim even stronger. Mane's not even the main guy, and he's still bags.
But is it because down to the team and the style of football? Like Liverpool, the team in general, like, it's one of the best teams in Europe. I think it's one of the best teams in Europe. Like your boundaries.
I don't think so. I think you have to take Sanchez out just because of the Man United.
Sanchez doesn't even get in above Sterling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the guy.
He's not even getting above
That
Sterling.
was the guy that I'm thinking here. I'm thinking I'd pick Sterling over Mane. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think what Sterling's done over the decade.
Over the decade?
Yeah, Sterling over the decade. I think Sterling right now, his performances for Man City,
I think
especially the year they won
like,
it, the year they got 100 points, absolutely incredible. For me, I'd go Sterling, Hazard, Salah.
Nah, Sterling. Nah, Hazard, Salah makes sense. Sterling once again, because if that's
Sterling over Sanchez.
But I'm taking David Silva. Then I'm going back to 4-3-3.
I would have
take David Silva over Sterling or Sanchez then.
So
Mane just
all right. Listen. So are we set?
Silva in this team.
So are we set on
Depending
Hazard and Salah? Are we all
Hazard
in agreement?
and Salah? Yeah.
Hazard and Salah.
Yeah.
So we got Sterling, Mane, and Sanchez here.
Sanchez or / David Silva.
This guy's trying to change the whole formation.
Because if we're going for like Mane, it's not for me personally. Like I rate Mane so very highly, but I just think if you talking about decade, like if you take the whole decade into account, David Silva name just pops up. Sanchez, the longevity, the amount of years they kept putting in.
When did Mane join Liverpool? He's joined in.
He joined 4 seasons ago.
And he hit the ground running.
The season you bought Pogba.
And he hit the ground running pretty much.
Yeah, he was 2-time. He was in the PFA Team of the Year twice. Won Liverpool's best player in his first season. And even this time in Southampton, he was really good for Southampton as well.
Because I still remember the likes of Coutinho, like being better, Salah.
Coutinho was sick.
Right now, I'd even put Virgil van Dijk's better. Like, he's just.
No, currently Mane is the best player of the club. As it currently stands.
Is it currently? Yeah.
As it currently
Yeah.
stands. Currently the best player.
But like, if you do talk, but yeah, just.
And you wouldn't definitely.
Everything that you like, I can say the same thing for David Silvershot. Like, brother's never been the best player at that club at any point. At any point, he's never been the best player.
But he's won more. He's
had a solid 8 out of 10 decade.
And he's
That's
won
what
more.
he's
Like, if you, then you have to pay attention to the silverware.
Why are we ignoring Sterling here though?
I'm taking over that silverware.
For what he did for but like he was decent at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Played well at Liverpool. Then he moved over to City and he just went to another level, man. Since he's been at City, he's been another level. He has been one of their best players in a season. He's been so instrumental to everything they do. He's been pivotal. He's come up with important goals, assists.
See, with Sterling, right, but the thing is that I think, Liverpool, he was great, like behind Suarez. Like, he was one of the main reasons why you guys finished, was it second or something? Second, yeah, you guys finished second.
Yeah.
Was it the Gerrard slip here? Okay, lessons. That explains the pain. No, but like with Sterling, right, he's been good. For the longest, I thought when Pep came to City, like I thought his movement got better inside the box. Like he was making those runs at the back post and just tapping him in. And for the longest, for banter reasons, we were just calling him the tapping merchant. But like in the last year or so, his all round game has just gone so much. So I just feel like that leap has been so much more in the past year or so. But before that, it's just he was a really good player, but I wouldn't put him in one of the best in the whole decade. Like. That's just for me. That's why I don't.
But what I'm trying to say is his performances in them space of time have been some of the best performances anyone has put up in the decade. Like in general, to me it doesn't matter how long he did it for. That the performances he has done it for in that amount of period is better than a lot of people. Like you dig?
I hear that. But it's just that with me, like I see him constantly improving. I just feel like he's improved so much more within the last year and a half or so with his all-round game. Before that, it was like with City, like you also have to take into account the amount of goals they score on average as well. Like, and I know you hate that, and like when if teams are scoring and then if they're gonna rack up high number stats and everything, but it's that.
I'm not penalising people for being on good teams.
Like the players he's playing round with, like that's one of the most expensive squads built in Premier League history.
I know, but I'm not penalising people for being on good teams.
You can't penalise them for that, and I can't.
And to be in good teams and put up good numbers, that says more about you as a player. Like to be in a good team and be one of the better players in that good team. It says a lot about you. To me, it's a positive. It's not a negative.
Like he couldn't even was Sane always playing ahead? Like was Sterling always playing ahead of Sane when Sane was fit?
They play on different.
No, they started off by playing Sterling on the right, Sane on the left. Then the last 2 seasons that he's taken over, Sterling he prefers to play on the left, so he gets in ahead of Sane.
I think for me, like I said, Salah on the right.
Even though I prefer Sane.
Hazard, and then Sterling on the left.
So
I could live with.
We can go 4-4-2 and we can bring 2 strikers in. I think there's 2 viable strikers that you can have in the team if you wanted to really think about it.
So we go Yaya, Kante, Salah,
Hazard. And then we can play 2 strikers.
I can live with that.
I can live with that.
I can live with that.
Alright.